Humans, delighted welcome. This is Warhammer 40K, Wrath and Glory, Dark Inquisition episode. You know, during the BattleTech intro this week, I asked a question: what is your favorite weapon? Not only did we get a lot of response from the cast, but there was a lot of response from the audience as well, including those premium YouTube comments. You know, I'm out here influencing, advertising. Some have said that maybe I have too close a personal relationship with the delicious flavor of America's favorite snack taste, Snyder's of Hanover. That's 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 why tonight I've got another one of those premium questions lined up just to ask all of the cast members during their intros. And the question is, what is your favorite vehicle, real or fictional? From Luke's Landspeeder to one of those cool hoverboards that they've been working on for 40 years but still haven't quite mastered yet, from the Navy's experimental jet suit to an actual jet suit, whether you're Batman or the Batcar. Favorite form of locomotion, fictional or real? We're going to start tonight with Pondo the Mad, simply because I have played a plank on Pondo, but he won't know about it for several days. It's one of those long-term pranks that I can't wait to hear how it goes. How's your week going, Pondo?
Going all right.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not much has happened since Thursday.
It has only been 2 days, but
yeah. I got to sleep in for the first weekend in a long time. That was great. That was about it.
favorite vehicle,
made some
form
maps.
of locomotion.
About it. As far as favorite vehicle, I kind of have several.
Okay, Ratosaurus.
Well,
I'm limiting you to top 5 if you must. If
okay.
you must.
I like the Scorpion tank from Halo. I like the Eshairr tank. Eshairr super heavy tank that Forge World has. I don't know why. I just like the aesthetic of it. I also like the Abrams tank. I like tanks, quite essentially.
My man.
And I also like the Tron bike. Again, there's just some sort of aesthetic to it that I like. More of a streamlined thing.
What about the Tron tank?
Tron tank. I don't recall the Tron tank. I actually liked the I'd recently watched Tron Legacy again, and I remembered how much I liked the aesthetic of, what's it called, I don't even think it had a name. It was like the off-grid rider.
Yeah, I like the soundtrack for that movie a lot.
Yeah. I don't know about a fifth one.
All right.
About it.
Sid, Alpha, what can I say? Here I am trying to figure out exactly how YouTube algorithms me videos. I installed the YouTube app on my phone. God knows why. I guess maybe to watch videos. I do watch a lot of, or listen to a lot of Critical Role while I'm out and about in the car, but my notifications keep coming up with the dumbest shit in the world. But then I get a Sid Alpha video, and I'm like, this will be entertaining, informative. This is going to be some premium news where I'm going to learn a lot right here. And instead, I listen to a Sid Alpha rant about how he's a Sith master whose apprentice is trying to kill him, and I'm like, I'm 3 minutes into this shit. I still don't know where this narrative is going. And
That was gold, that video.
Yeah, there hasn't been a single Darth Plagueis the Wise reference the whole time.
Working up to it.
You know,
you think that's going to be the only video? It's not. There will be more.
Sid, let's do your intro and figure out what your vehicle of choice is.
Yeah, hi. So it's been an interesting week for me. As Arthur said, I did put out a video where Rachel Messer and I are basically just having a bit of fun with the whole Sidward thing that I believe people will recall I mentioned before. She actually released a response video a few hours later that is so good. It's fucking epic. It really is. If you haven't seen that, then you should go check out her channel over at Rachel Messer Gaming and give that a watch. It's amazing. And of course, you know, the die has been cast and battle has been joined. So now I'm going to have to win.
Black budget. Many of your YouTube viewers agree with me.
It's true. It's true. I think I will have to actually get that approved. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. There were a lot of people that just had no idea what was going on, and there were even some people that thought I was legitimately angry that someone was saying crap about me on Twitter. And so it's like, obviously,
you could tell people who didn't. Yeah, I was about to say, because people were just replying, you didn't watch it to the end. You didn't watch it to the end. Like, how could you not tell that this is just some memery going on?
Yeah, I mean, if you get through me discussing how the rule of two came into being, and you still think it's a serious video, then I feel like the problem there is on your end. No, it was a lot of fun though. I had a good time with that. I'm going to have an even better time with the follow-up video that I don't know when that will come out. Probably later this week, or I should say next week, because it's the weekend. Other than that, just been enjoying dealing with the aftermath of that on YouTube comments and on Twitter. And yeah, my favorite vehicle, if I had to choose, being I'm apparently on a bit of a Star Wars kick, I'm going to go with a TIE Defender.
Wow. Okay.
Because it is a TIE fighter with shields and a hyperdrive, and it combines the best aspects of the X-Wing, the A-Wing, and the Y-Wing all together. It is the superior multi-role fighter.
TIE Advance will get the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would pick a shielded TIE fighter.
It also has a tractor beam.
It doesn't have a hyperdrive though, right?
The TIE Defender? Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Defender
Oh,
does.
it does have a hyperdrive.
Yeah.
All right.
It's essentially the Empire got tired of getting their shit stomped in as far as fighters went. It was like, let's just make one really good one.
So they came out with the TIE Advanced, which was their shielded counterpart to like the A-Wing, the firepower of an X-Wing.
Only really Darth Vader had that one.
There is a
in the video games, it was mass produced.
Incredible amount of wrong military information in Star Wars, but nothing could be more accurate than the largest military force using a huge amount of cheapest mass produced low bid no bid contract.
Yup.
Yeah.
What was the stealth TIE called from Rebel Assault?
TIE Interceptor.
No, the TIE Interceptor was no. Actually, it was they had the cloaking device that was also the TIE Defender. Wait, there was another TIE that
TIE Phantom.
The TIE Phantom, yeah.
Yeah, TIE Phantom, that's the one.
TIE Interceptor is the
The TIE Interceptor was
fighter.
basically it was basically the TIE Interceptor had the maneuverability of an A-Wing, but it had quad lasers.
I always loved the B-Wing in Rogue Squadron.
I mean,
it was really good with that thing.
Good.
Listen, B-Wings look
bomber.
like straight up trash, and
They do.
so hard to hit with because all of their lasers follow their body shape, which is a giant cross. It makes it hard to hit. X-Wings have the same problem. You can't hit what's directly in front of you. A-Wing is the superior fighter of choice.
Well, you just have to. I mean, it's just like real planes. You have a convergence point, and you just have to engage targets at that convergence point.
Yeah,
I was fine.
Or
with it.
learn to drift your targeting reticle. It's not hard.
Goodness. What if you?
I had great success with the B-Wing.
Y-Wing with a gunner in the back, and you just spray missiles everywhere while your gunner is gunning people.
See, but the B-Wing had even more missiles to be
but it didn't have a second person to fly and shoot with it, and it was shaped like a giant cross.
It was actually the superior
ridiculous
version of the Y-Wing. The
B-Wing
Y-Wing
I mean,
was
you can
an
say it's a superior version of the Y-Wing, but when you fire the Y-Wing, you get two lasers straight down the middle. They go exactly where you want them to.
I mean, that just sounds like a pilot problem. I mean, just get good.
Oh my God.
It absolutely is. You have to learn you have to learn the craft you're fighting with. That's rule number one.
There is advantages of having it where the blasters are through the middle, but it limits your typically limits your, I'd say, your speed mostly.
It's just like you fly in a helicopter. Like if you're engaging something, you got a rudder pedal left and right to get a nice little spring.
You can fit more guns on the wings than you can in the nose, essentially.
Yep.
By the beam wing, you can slap 4 of them bad boys on there.
But the TIE Defender, that's where it's at. That was the Empire basically saying, I want to make a vehicle that's the best at everything. Like, you know, a 5-year-old on the playground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, you know, the U.S. Air Force with the...
Yeah, I was going to say...
That the Empire pretty well.
It's why bother making specialty fighters when you can just make an Omni fighter that's better than all the other fighters?
It's just, you know, worse than everything at everything.
I mean, TIE fighters all suffer the same problems as X-Wings and B. Their weird shape makes it so that they're hard to hit with. It's clear from a gunnery point of view that only the TIE Bomber is a excellent choice for air-to-air interception.
I do like the fact they backronym the word TIE into an actual acronym after they just named it after the shape.
Yeah.
All right. Comic, what do you got? Favorite form of vehicle?
Let's see. After Wednesday, I decided to eat a sandwich and almost had to end up going to the ER early Thursday morning. That was fun. My pancreas tried to kill me. It's still trying to kill me. That's fun. Let's see. Favorite form of vehicle? I'll give you 2 because we'll do real world and fictional. Real world, we're going to go with the M4 Sherman because it fought in every theater that it needed to fight in. It was transportable. It had the highest operational reliability. Like if a theater commander was like, I need to roll out tomorrow with my 100 vehicles, like 97 out of those 100 Shermans would be there. No other vehicle had the same amount, like the ease of maintenance, the logistical, like you could change the transmission on a Sherman in like, you know, 3 hours maybe versus like say a Panther or a Tiger would take 5-6 times as long because, you know, whatever. It was just, it did everything it needed to do and more. So it was just great. Fictional vehicle. I mean, I like pretty much anything from Crimson Skies, which is diesel punk fantasy. Imagine all of the weird prototype vehicles from like aircraft from World War II, like asymmetrical planes and propellers on the back, or maybe 3 propellers or whatever the hell. I love all that crazy shit that shouldn't fly, but it does because it's a video game. It's just beautiful, beautiful things. So yeah, it's pretty much it. I've just been sick the past couple of days, so again.
Okay, James, curious, what you got for an intro, and what do you have for a favorite vehicle?
Okay, well, I'll start off with it's my birthday today. Yay!
Yeah, happy birthday.
Well,
Happy birthday.
At least it is here, not where you are, but I'm in the future. So, but
you know what they say?
Good day so far.
Always birthday clock somewhere in the world.
Exactly. So my work is kind enough to give us the day off on a birthday. If it falls on a weekend, give us the day before the weekend off. So I'm on my second long weekend in a row here, which is great. Yeah, just getting a lot of painting done. Unfortunately, my garage is flooded this morning from the rain, which is where I do all my painting. So I had to move all my miniature painting stuff in a hurry. But I'm making good progress on my Sisters of Battle. And I guess the other thing is, and this relates into I'll relate this into the vehicle discussion. So I'm going to give you one science fiction and one real vehicle. So for the science fiction side, my wife got me for my birthday the Lego Voltron. So for those of you who are like under 35, Voltron was pretty much the cartoon prior to Power Rangers, on which Power Rangers was ripped off.
I remember Voltron very well.
Yeah. And those of you that are even far enough back will remember that the Lion Voltron was actually the second Voltron. Yep. That there was a vehicle Voltron before that. And there's a lot of, for Voltron fans, there's a lot of debate over which is the better one. And I am one of the people that falls on the side of the vehicle Voltron. So because I'm building the Lego Lion Voltron, I have to say among my favorite vehicles is certainly the original vehicle Voltron. on terms of a real vehicle, or at least a conceptual vehicle, I've been following with a lot of interest the development of the Scion jet. So this is a company in the UK, which is a refrigeration company, was working on supercoolers, and they inadvertently created a supercooling jet engine. Obviously, the issue between jets and rockets is that jets burn oxygen from outside their environment, and rockets need oxygen fuel. So when you get up into space, you need rockets rather than jets. But apparently, these supercooled Sabre engines they developed can actually push air in super fast and super cooled and make the engine really efficient. So they're talking about a jet engine which can do about Mach 14 in low atmosphere. And they're saying by 2030 they're planning a commercial flight from Sydney to London in 4 hours, or Sydney to New York in 3.5 hours. So as somebody who as a job works internationally, the idea about being able to say, hey, I'm just going to go over to the other side of the world for a meeting, I'll be back this afternoon for dinner, completely changes the nature of the business environment. So that's why I'm following the Scion jet with a lot of interest.
Look, there are so many physics problems with this.
Yeah, I was about to say
acceleration time. 2,
the heat,
incredibly destructive to the area around this thing.
Yeah.
You would not be able to fly anywhere near the surface of the Earth, and anytime you flew in the atmosphere, you would be leaving a huge turbulence wake behind you that would disrupt any other aircraft operating within a few thousand feet of you.
I think the material science alone is going to be your biggest problem. I mean,
but if it works, it'll be pretty cool. But it will also be a fucking deadly weapon.
So they have built the jet, and they've taken it off the jet, and they've landed the jet. They haven't actually taken it to the edge of space yet.
Probably don't want the thing to explode midway through.
And certainly the saving in time is diminished as you get closer, because obviously you've got you need time to get up and accelerate, and then time to come down again as well, which is why it's only really a benefit if you're going to the other side of the world.
So, yeah, but people love shaving off monumental amounts of time off the long distance travel would be fantastic. Yeah.
Rich people love the Concorde, but the problem was that everyone got their own private jet.
Well, I mean, even then, as much as rich, there just wasn't enough use of it.
You could buy your own private jet, save yourself a ton of money in the long term.
Well, that, and then, the logistics behind running something that fast. The maintenance on those things was absolutely atrocious. It just wasn't. They couldn't make it financially feasible, right?
Yeah.
You guys remember, oh boy, the helicopter network in New York City?
Oh yeah, I remember.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was a great idea in theory. Oh boy, Sid, you're up for... Yeah. Listen, it used to be that you could get out of LaGuardia and take a helicopter to the top of any skyscraper in New York City that had a flat top area. You would be able to go to Grand Central and hop a train or hop the metro, or get a bus to anywhere in the city from there. The problem that people didn't anticipate or didn't work out was that flying in between buildings at low range, incredible wind force, and one helicopter tilted over on top of a skyscraper and took out 20 floors. Yeah, it was bad. It was a terrible idea. It sounds cool right up until you realize that literally one mistake will kill dozens of people.
Well, yeah, but soon we'll have hover car taxis.
You see those original pictures, the early pictures of the Empire State Building, where it had an airship docking tower, and keep in mind that the Hindenburg docked at that thing shortly before, crashing and burning. So yeah, not the greatest of ideas.
Hey, look, they already have street legal hovercraft that can go 20 or 30 feet up, and you can sail them across rivers and such.
Yeah.
Over traffic.
In Dubai, they're actually doing unmanned hover car taxis.
Not Dubai. Oh, the worst.
Dubai. They've friggin' got. They bought a bunch of. They're literally they're hover bikes, but it's just 4 giant ass rotors, but they have no guards on them. It's
yeah. It's well, that's I'm sure that's safe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, don't even talk to me about India and safe, or anywhere in that general location of the world. Okay. Horrible safety record on everything.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God. the entire Southeast
But,
Asia. is
let
basically
them
a
work
giant-
out the bugs, and then we'll get the safe version in about 5 to 10 years.
That's what they're saying about Tesla.
Yeah.
Stupid
Well, maybe
auto-driving cars.
maybe if Tesla had a good QA.
So if I can add one more thing,
Yes, please do.
since other people labeled tanks among their favorites, I got to say my close second is definitely the Tiger One. I have a real soft spot for that tank.
Man, I have a love-hate relationship with that thing because it was used so incorrectly. When it was used properly, it was a beautiful thing, but it was used improperly most of the time because it was just forced into that situation.
It outclassed anything in its own class at the time, but yeah, you're right.
Well, yeah, at the time, it was one of those things too. Is people are like, oh, the Tiger's bait. It's like the Sherman only had almost the same frontal armor that the Tiger did. It's just the difference was the gun, but the 75 was good enough for like 95% of the stuff you come across. So it's like, why bother?
Yeah, I think the other part about the Tiger was it was very difficult for tanks to kill it. But
it was a breakthrough tank. It was never designed to be used in the role it was designed to be used for. It was, when it was used properly, it was great. Like look at Whitman and stuff like that. But it was just used most of the war. Most of the Tiger encounters ended up being used defensively, or it was just overwhelmed. Plus, its reliability was obviously transmission was just horrible. I think most of the casualties for the Tiger 1, Tiger 2 were just transmissions breaking. Panther suffered the same problem. It's like, hey, let's put a transmission for like a 35-ton vehicle and a 50-ton vehicle, and what can possibly go wrong? So, yeah.
Well, that was really the style, is that they just shoved aircraft engines into tanks because they had good horsepower and were light.
We did the same thing. We shoved radials into the Sherman.
All sides pretty much did that. It was just shove a aircraft engine in it.
Yeah.
I think the Abrams still has a helicopter engine.
No, it has a turbine. It has a turbine engine in it. I think it was derived from a helicopter engine, but it's specifically designed for the vehicle. But it's not the only one. A couple other vehicles are switching. I think the British are thinking about switching the Challenger out to a turbine engine. That thing's getting an overhaul soon. They're getting rid of the rifled cannon and going to the L44, the same one that the Leopard 2 and the Abrams use, because they're finally giving up their love of Hesh. They realize it's just not worth it anymore.
So they're using a smoothbore.
Yeah, they're switching to the Rheinmetall smoothbore. There were pictures of it from. It's one of the big arms expos that goes on, and there was a picture of they're replacing the turret, and it had the L44, and then it has some other changes to it as well.
I thought the Abrams already had a.
I'm talking about the Challenger too.
I thought the Abrams had a rifled bore.
No, it's a smooth bore. No, because imparting spin on a fin stabilized projectile is counterproductive. Okay. But the British. Go ahead. I was gonna say the British always kept a rifled gun because of Hesh, but so Hesh is so ineffective against modern vehicles because of spall liners and everything else that it's not. They finally realized that it's not worth sacrificing the armor piercing performance for high explosive squash head. So they're going to overhaul.
I was reading once was that when Germany was developing the Tiger II, they put the turret design out to tender and got respondents, and they got Porsche responded, as did Herschel, and somebody within the military complex at the time basically told their mate at Porsche, don't worry, you got this, you've won this tender, and so Porsche started producing early, but then they actually awarded the tender to Herschel. But then Herschel couldn't actually keep up with the demand, so they ended up using the Porsche turret. So I just found it funny, this whole sort of this government dodginess of tender awarding to mate has been around for a long time.
Well, a lot of it was, so Porsche was really cocky and full of himself. So he made 100 Tiger 1 chassis and turrets before he was ever awarded the contract. 10 of those ended up getting turned into command tanks, and the other ones ended up getting turned into Ferdinand/Elephant, depending on whatever. But yeah, he was really bad about that. One thing that does drive me crazy is I think it's Tiger 2, is people go, oh, it's got a Henschel turret or a Porsche turret. Porsche never made any turrets for Tiger 2. Krupp made them. There's no such thing as a Porsche Tiger 2 turret. It's all Krupp, but in every game, it's always referred to as Henschel and Porsche, and it's just one of those things that just drives me crazy. It's so tiny, but it's just, so history nerds know what I'm on about.
Anything
we go on about
James?
tanks forever.
No, that's it. Ready to play.
AP, what about you?
As you might know, When I posit these questions, I spend the whole time coming up with an answer that will be as painful to all present as possible. Now, normally Ratosaurus is there, and I can get him real good with the shittiest possible answer. I don't know that anyone here is going to react with violence or hatred to my answer, so I don't know if there is one. However, I will say that my favorite vehicle is a 99 Honda Accord. It gets me where I want to go when I want to go.
You're
there.
fired.
Survivable. What's your beef?
I mean,
I've been using it for years.
I've had to work on 99
perfectly
Honda
balanced.
Accords. Those things are trash. They're fucking beer can.
They're
so good.
they're I mean, they're not. I mean, we're gonna.
Viable.
Why does my card keep falling to the table? I mean, I had to try and help somebody with a Subaru once, and I was like, "Wow, boxer engines can go fuck themselves." Like, nope.
Right. You can drive it forwards, backwards, or sideways. You know, it's a versatile car.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, no, I get that because I know somebody who's got he's had a Toyota Hilux, you know, which is he's had it for I don't know. It's got 400,000 miles on it. It just won't die. I was like, I get it. I get it. It's just.
So do you have a 99 Honda Accord, Arthur?
I do. My
All right,
mom keeps telling me.
You got to JDM the shit out of that car. You got to make that a real sleeper.
No.
You know,
No,
my mom keeps telling me to get a new car, and I'm like, the insurance payments will go up. And she's like, that's fine. It'll be safer. I'm like, can't get safer than a 99 Honda Accord. It's never been an accident.
If it works, you're happy with it, and it gets you to A to B. Why? Like I'm the same way. I've been like, I used to have a Ford Explorer just because I got essentially handed to me. But I'm like, if I'm gonna get something, I'm gonna get like a mid-sized truck, like a mid-sized Toyota Tacoma. It's like because I can haul stuff I need to. It's got 4-wheel drive, the one I'm looking anyway. It's a V6, so the gas mileage is okay, and it's not massive, right? It's just like kind of in a sweet spot. I'm like, that's about as big as I do it, and I drive it into the ground. I just keep it forever because it does everything that I want.
well, I'm buying a new car.
I definitely
currently.
get that.
If I get a new car, the only one I'm thinking of is a white panel van. It doesn't really matter what type, and it would have to be an automatic, but you know, just in case I need to commit any very serious crimes, when I'm getting away, I would blend in with all the other white panel vans. It'd be extremely difficult to identify me.
It's one of those
You gotta
things.
think about that, Sid. You know, you gotta think about the future. Sometimes maybe you commit a very serious crime and you have a 99 Honda Accord, one of the most popular cars in America. Very easy to blend in.
I mean, the Ford Transit, I think, is the best-selling utility. There's tons of them. Like once you actually realize how many of those there are, you see them fucking everywhere. They're all over the place.
Why you never drive a red sports car, right?
Yeah.
What if you accidentally commit a crime and then you need to get away? It can be very noticeable.
So I had
It's true that mathematically speaking, red cars do get pulled over more.
Oh yeah, no, it's true. I had a friend of mine once ask me, like, dude, all you own. At the time, I had nothing but like gray and black shirts. I'm like, why do you only own gray and black? Like snipers. It's like, what? I'm like, just blend in. Like, I don't have any bright color shirts. I have a couple red ones now, but it just took him by surprise. It's like, I just blend in. I don't want to stand out.
Dark blue also works well.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah, Connor says pretty good. Mark 1, Connor?
Volkswagen GTI. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's talking about a Mark 1.
Interesting choice.
Well, I'm currently buying a plug-in hybrid now, so I'm doing my part for the environment.
I mean,
we could all do our part for the environment, and it still wouldn't be anywhere near enough to slow things down.
Yeah.
Corporations, literally the United States military is like an enormous portion of the shit that goes into the atmosphere.
Actually, China is by far and away the largest producer out of the entire rest of the world combined.
I mean, their pollution production is insane, but their
carbon emissions.
Well, they're
I mean, it's not just carbon emissions that are gauged, but yes, you are correct in that regard. Yeah. That's because they're producing for the entire rest of the planet.
When we had those big bushfires here, because obviously when you burn trees, the stored carbon gets released. Australia hit its yearly quota of carbon emissions by the 2nd of January.
I mean, did that happen to Britain like 3 or 4 years ago when they were suffering from some massive fires and they were like, all right, guys, this is a new year. We got carbon emissions and it's January 4th. We're done. We're going home. Oh, Britain. Wow. What a country. I don't know what to say
I do agree with you, Connor. The 90s was the worst thing to happen to cars.
What is your... Jesus, what's your beef with...
With what?
90s cars were all right, haters. Okay.
I mean, no, compare like I think he's talking about what they look like
in the
They-
90s.
like I mean, as far as them working, they're fine, but appearance-wise, they all look like dog shit.
I mean,
except for
if
some
you have
exceptions.
if you have the vehicle that is old enough to take itself into a bar and buy itself a drink, it's time for a new vehicle.
There were some exceptions to the 90s thing, like what the
You're making my Accord very sad right now.
the G30. I mean, that's fine.
I'm gonna have to go take it for a car.
I
wash.
hate
Like
your
the
Accord,
the R32, the R33 were pretty good, but like compare the appearance of most of the cars from like the 70s and 80s to the 90s. It's like everything just looked like a blob on wheels. It was all, most of them are hideous. There's some exceptions, but most of them are just absolutely hideous, atrocious.
Well, Pondo, I did it. Thanks for teaming me up on that one. I still managed to make a cast member inconsolably furious with my answer. I didn't think it would be possible, but who knew that Sid just hated 99 Honda Accords specifically?
Actually, every Honda Accord from 94 through 2004.
What a specific rate.
I like
It's open bigotry.
I like the R-type Accords. The ones that they turn them into hatchbacks, they look pretty nice.
I'm guessing the reason why for that specific range is because they're all about relatively the same.
They are, and I've worked on a great many Honda Accords within that range of manufacture date, and so I hate them.
What you got to do, Sid, is you got to work on something with a boxer engine, and then you'll appreciate everything about a Honda.
I've had to work on a boxer engine.
Dude,
before.
man,
Never
literally,
again. Fuck that.
never. No, like, every time people I know, they're like, yeah, I found a good deal on a Subaru. I'm like, walk away, because as soon as the parts aren't expensive, but the fucking labor cost, like unless you're doing it yourself, and even if you are doing it yourself, the labor on that, because you have to take the whole fucking power plant at.
Yeah.
It's just, no, thanks.
Whenever someone
no.
says rotary to me, I just tune out straight away.
Yeah. I mean, unless you're like, unless you're doing all the work yourself, for sure. It's a rotary. It's like, no, I'm good. That's why, I would love to get an RX-8 because the insurance on it's pretty cheap, because, right, it's like a 1.3 liter because it's a rotary. It's technically a 4-door. The insurance on those is super cheap. So what people are doing is they're buying them and then they're just LS swapping them, throwing V8s in them because it's got a pretty big engine bay. I'm like, maybe if I was going to car, I might do that. But yeah, no, I'm good with the rotaries.
The last thing I have to say during intros is that some of you may have heard on Thursday, Sid Alpha has been accounted as being an excellent role player of lesbians. I was recently contacted by that person because I hadn't told Sid about it. It took me several weeks to figure out whether I wanted to drop that on Sid or not. They just wanted to confirm that yes, Sid Alpha as Nagato, chief battleship of the Japanese war fleet on our Cancel show, is fantastic, just superior. Great at being a young teenage lesbian taking out her best friend lover on a first date like teenagers. How does he do it?
If it's one thing I do know how to do is to act immature. So,
Zero comment on that. I'm just going to let it
Can't
slide.
confirm.
Can't confirm.
If you want immaturity, just wait until my prank against Pondo gets pulled off. I got one of those kitchen timer things that's got 72 hours on it. Just waiting for that to finish counting down.
What's funny is that he's hyping this up and it'll probably be very, what's the word?
Wow.
Inadequate.
Wow.
unsatisfying.
I don't understand. Why would you say that? Why can't you why do you have to prejudge my pranks? Why can't you just be excited that I would take the time and effort to pull one off?
Well, you're telling me about the prank, so which is making me expecting it, which is also raising my hopes. And
but no, you're lowering expectations. You immediately come out the gate swinging and saying it's not going to be very good. That's hurtful to me.
I do have to say, I did extremely enjoy Arthur's prank Christmas gift to me, How to Relax, which I keep here on my desk.
Oh, that one wasn't a prank. I really, really think you need to learn how to relax.
That'll probably never happen, but
yes,
no, it's interesting. I have been reading it, actually. It hasn't gone to waste. So
have you seen that book series the guy writes? It's stuff like it's like So you fucked up, and I'm gonna tell you how to fix it. Like it's like a whole series of books where it's pretty much just somebody just being as real as possible. They're like self-help books. It's just like shit happens. It's a name, like all of his books have names like that. It's just fucking hilarious. It's like you should buy those for gifts from people.
All right, let's take a look at this battlefield here. Maybe each of you want to read your campaign cards, and then I'll explain to you and the audience what we're looking at here. Who wants to go first? Campaign
I'll go
card.
first.
Got that.
I want to go first. I'm quite keen on my card. It says, choose an enemy in the current combat to become your personal foe. If they are unnamed, they gain 1 and become an adversary. You gain 2 wrath, and they gain 2 personal. Oh, sorry, 2 personal ruin.
Yeah.
I
Named
have
Lycus prepares his rifle.
there is only war. There is no peace among the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter. Play to have diplomacy break down while suspicion and aggression are on the rise. All interaction skills other than intimidation suffer a +2 DN penalty for the rest of the scene. All protagonists gain 1 wrath.
I guess I'll do mine. I have
Okay,
success is measured in blood. Through the destruction of our enemies do we earn our salvation. Play when you have suffered 1 or more wounds. All the damage is instantly negated, but you may not soak further wounds for the rest of the scene.
I have faith as my shield. We must be unsleeping in vigilance, swift in judgment, merciless indeed. Make a brief but inspiring statement. All protagonists gain +2d to corruption test for the rest of the scene. Add 1 glory.
I think we're gonna need that one.
Yeah.
So let me.
Here's a quick. I don't know how to say it. A quick pro tip: if you press M, it gives you a magnifying glass, so you don't have to press Alt.
I like pressing Alt.
M's cooler though.
Is it though? Is it really?
You guys were like all surprised Monday when I pointed that out to you.
Yeah, but I like Alt better. Alt, you get the full view. You get.
Here's what I like. I'm going to put my camera at the top of the tower, and I'm going to use M. It's like a sniper scope.
Okay. We've got Sid Alpha as Antipho piloting your local Valkyrie.
I'm piloting it?
I was
that
flying.
was my understanding, is that you were flying it because
Kalrak was flying.
I was flying.
There's no one else in it, so
my recognition last time was that your 2 snipers got out into a sniper porch that could
I
look
thought
into
we were
the
just
building.
dropping off Eshairr.
I think it was Eshairr was the only one being
Just
dropped
Eshairr?
off. And
Yeah.
All right,
For
very
sure.
well.
We were because we were trying to decide whether we wanted to keep the Valkyrie in the air or if we wanted to land it somewhere and then the rest of us deploy.
Well, that's a great
somewhere else.
question. Because
But we never figured it out before the
Kalrak
session
is
ended.
flying the Valkyrie now, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Loaded with 1 Antiphos inside. We got Eshairr sniping with the prey scope. This rooftop area is not where you're actually located. You are inside the building, directly underneath that in the torture ritual chamber. But, as you know, you can't open the building up. But you can see there are these beautiful outside bay windows through which one could shoot and fire into the room with. Of course, the door's closed, so you're going to have to shoot through a wall.
I'm imagining a scene is played out in the Valkyrie where Antipho goes to touch something and I have to slap his hand. Like, wipe your hands first. He's probably eating like a greasy sandwich or something.
Just crumbs on his hands
Just
from the power bars.
Don't touch that.
So these are numerous buildings which rise above the cityscape. Should one find themselves pushed out into open space, you will fall to your deaths hundreds of meters below. Assuming that the toxic gases don't kill you first. Friends, if I'm recalling correctly, I start with 4 of these beautiful ruin that someone stole from me. Someone took my ruin from me, so I'm going to take these over here. And all of you get the first turn, correct? Unless I somehow force
default.
my way.
Yeah,
Indeed.
unless you.
Please make your choice as to how you want to fight.
Well, first off, do you get to do? Is your guy got his? Have you got a ruin generator as well in your group that you need to get more ruin for at the start of the turn?
He does, but it requires there to be cultists present.
Okay.
There are no cultists present. Just him.
I'll
Be a quick
go
sum
first.
up.
I feel like that's probably the smart thing to do.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I want to go ahead and immediately pop off this faith as my shield.
Okay.
and essentially say, today we smite down the heretic trench dweller, want to be noble.
I don't feel
And that'll
inspired,
be it.
but I'll take it.
Huh?
Go ahead.
It wasn't for your benefit; it was for ours. And I'm
I
inspired.
understand.
I feel very inspired.
You left your comms open, right? That's what we were doing so we could hear.
Yes.
I mean, he better have, otherwise that wasn't much of an inspiring
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to
speech.
remember. Like he was just leaving it open all instead of just when he speaks, just all the time, so we could hear what was going on.
Otherwise, it's just an inspiring soliloquy, which isn't
Yeah.
quite as good.
So we all have plus 2d to our corruption
They
test,
still
which we will
count.
probably need.
Well,
It's
we'll
called
see.
dramatic flavor.
And I think I'm going to, as much as I want to whip out the heavy flamer and know it's a bad idea, I am
Do
just
it,
going to
do
continue
it,
what I was
do it,
doing last.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flame his ass. Flame.
Mhm.
Flame.
I'm
flame,
just going
flame.
to chain
flame.
axe him.
Sure.
The flamer has a 5-inch bubble. I would be within that bubble.
So
As I
Well,
said before, I should have been a
also,
salamander.
just treat it as a test of your new armor.
Technically speaking, the way the blast works is you can hit 5 targets that are at close range. Not necessarily that it's 5-inch radius, but I would say it's the GM's okay whether a heavy flamer is going to saturate the room or not. And I would probably, if it was me, I'd probably be punishing you for pulling out a heavy flamer indoors.
Fondo,
Yep.
what I need you to do is get him to a rooftop.
I'll make a bargain with you, Hondo. You can absolutely hit him with a flamer without hitting yourself. You're in power armor. You'll be okay. But you will kill all of the other people hanging from the walls here.
You
Hondo,
say that
don't
like I care.
don't negotiate with terrorists.
Don't negotiate with terrorists.
It's
Um,
like- you say that like I feel sorry for these people and was not going to set them on fire in the first place.
Feel free to use your heavy flamer then.
Because aren't they like bleeding out already?
They are beaten and tortured and hanging from chains from the ceiling and floor.
Yeah.
There are 3 of them, and there's that nice ritual circle. What do you want to do?
I think I'm just going to continue with chain axe. I did say I was going to take that chain axe out last time and
Sure.
swing it at him.
But that was before you knew heavy flamer was on the table.
Yeah. Well, it was always on the table.
Hmm?
5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright, you make your roll.
8 dice.
That's just 3.
Stop poking him, Sid.
You have
3?
3 upshifts.
Do I risk it? Spin a rat to risk it for a hopeful possible.
You
6
don't
on
you
the-
don't have to roll dice you don't want to re-roll. You could just re-roll the 2, but it's not going to be that exciting. I wouldn't
It's
put a
not-
rat to roll 1 dice.
Yeah. I'd want to re-roll the rat die to get a crit, possibly, but eh.
Why 11-6
well,
chance?
those were 2 6s, so I could
Yep, I know.
exalt twice or 3 times.
What do you want to
I
do?
spin that all on. I think I'll spend 2 to get 2 extra damage die, and then 1 for glory. Because I feel
Okay.
as though we'll need it.
Feel that you need it.
I mean, it does mean we could interrupt and attack straight away before he gets to act
You
2.
want to do that?
Well,
well,
let's
let's talk
wait and
about
see.
damage first.
Pondo might kill him, yeah.
So I have. So my strength is 5 plus 2 for the power armor, and then the chain axe is 5 plus 2 ED. So it's 12 plus 2 ED plus 2 more because.
So 12 plus 4 ED.
And it's brutal too. And it's AP minus 1 if it matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So it becomes 6. Yeah.
So a total of 18.
That's
And
how
minus
many
1 AP.
wounds you're throwing out?
That's how much damage.
18 damage.
Okay, so here's what happens. You pull your chain axe off your back as he is reaching for something inside his suit, and you bring the chain axe down brutally upon his shoulder and get about halfway through his torso before he gets a hand up and stops the blade for just a few moments and says, "You can't stop us. You can't stop time. Chaos will win. And then his fingers get sliced off, and you cut his body in half, and he's super, super dead.
Oh,
Very dead.
okay.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
I'm betting it's a clone or something.
There are no enemies on the field. What do the rest of you want to do for the rest of your turn?
It seems too easy.
It is too
whoever's
easy.
piloting, I'm going to need them to make a piloting check to remain piloting.
Okay.
Difficulty 3.
Yeah.
You'll have to do that every turn, and if you want to pilot and shoot, you'll have to take a multi-action.
Yeah, I was trying to figure with James. I was going to upgrade my.
I could shoot the weapons in the vehicle, couldn't I?
Yes.
It has a pilot, navigator, and 2 gunners. So I'm assuming it's got door guns or something. Let's see what I'm on.
So a normal Valkyrie has just a pilot and a gunner, but it's also got optional heavy bolters at the side.
Well,
like
okay.
on,
If
door guns,
it's the standard one that in the rule book, it's got twin multi lasers and Hellstrike missile launchers. 1 pilot, 1 navigator, 2
rocket
gunners,
pods,
and
all that,
12
all that
passengers. Yeah. But I don't know if it's got the standard whatever.
Well, Beans, we don't need a Eshairr to snipe off aspects. Should we just pick Eshairr back up?
So while they're deciding, I'm going to scan around on the presense because it's got some limited see-through walls to try and identify who else is in the building or where there are other people in the building other than the room that Lycus is in.
Absolutely, please do. Difficulty 3.
Okay, that happened.
Wow, you spread them all over the place.
Yeah, I did. Probably re-roll some of these. Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll the 2s. Oh, where'd my?
Dude, you don't want to crash your beautiful aircraft?
I was gonna say that's a 2. Yeah, no, I don't. So I re-roll. Well, I can re-roll the. Yeah, it's gonna be 4 up, right?
Okay, so you got 4 here, but you generate a point of ruin.
Yep.
You do not see any other people in that particular building that you're scanning for on the floors that you're looking at, the top 2 floors.
Right.
Well, I should say, except for the 3 prisoners who are being held. All right, let's talk about this piloting check.
I got 4. You said it was what, 3?
Yep.
Yeah,
You
okay.
stay afloat, and you can move up to 20 inches in any direction.
I thought it was Sid that was flying.
No, I never disembarked because I don't think Sid can fly.
No, I say Sid was one that was piloting.
No, because I was in the navigator seat. You were piloting. I switched seats with you. I've been ever since then. I've been flying.
Yeah, this is true. I can fly, but Kalrak is better at flying.
Yeah, and even though it's not on my thing, I did spend build points to upgrade my piloting skill.
Do you want to go anywhere, or are you just holding position?
I would say we're probably orbiting somewhere, like in a holding pattern, waiting for.
I mean,
because there's
move 20
there's
inches. You got this thing. If you want to remain in place, just lock the model.
Well,
spoils in attack position.
Yes. Well, I can. I'm assuming it can hover.
Yep. Like I said, 20 inches in any direction. You definitely cannot not hover at this altitude. Directly next to buildings.
Well, we'll move forward 20 inches. We're kind of in a holding pattern.
I will communicate to them what I just saw, that Lycus appears to have killed.
Well, he's inside a building, right?
Aspects. Yeah, but I'm communicating it through Presense.
He essentially saw like a heat signature that just disappeared.
No,
well,
your body doesn't
warm.
Instantly become chill the moment you die.
All right, he saw heat signatures that got split in half. How about that?
Well, we put him on that building because he had direct line of sight out into the the floor.
Precisely. All right, so that leaves you, Antipho.
Sticky. I'm just supposed to be attached.
I'm in the vehicle.
He's in the.
I don't know if you want to
Valkyrie
do
room.
anything with it. There are no optional door guns here, but you can open the doors and look out them.
Prime the weapons.
Okay.
I suppose because this is way too easy. I don't buy it.
Yeah, I'm not.
And I will quickly chew down half a power bar.
At the end of the turn, a bunch of Imperial Guardsmen appear all over the place, just like shouting, just like, "Sir, are you okay? We heard shooting. We've come up." They're not working out for me. Huh?
And they're committing suicide, apparently.
Wow, they fell like near perfectly. in that group.
Oh no, it's the happening. The
Incredible.
plants are revolting.
The happening.
Yeah. I just set Antipho and I's markers to the side because I just
I
keep
understand.
falling off. So
These guys are all in the interior area of this Gothic citadel.
gotcha.
Start of the next round. What do you all want to do?
One of you guys should go.
I will fire on the guards. No.
Okay.
I
Make your roll.
think we're not attacking the
No.
guardsmen. I mean, we're kind of waiting on Lycus, really. I mean, and I don't. It seems way too easy.
I'm happy to maybe just take my action to observe the guardsmen, try and work out what they're doing, who's
Yeah.
leading them.
They
You know,
appear pretty
try
damn
and
quick.
ascertain their motives. You know, are they looking to help us? What are they looking to do? I'm happy just to sort of take my
How
turn.
did they
observing.
detect trouble?
It's if
Well,
we
they're-
want to wait.
Yeah, that's a
Essentially
good
what-
question.
If we want to wait, essentially what I was wanting to do is first observe the circle and then scrub it clean. Maybe not this turn, but next turn.
Okay.
I'll communicate with the guardsmen.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
So who's going first? Because I've heard a lot of different actions.
I'll communicate with the guardsmen, ask
Okay.
them what they're doing here. What sort of trouble did they detect that brought them here?
All right. So the response is one of the guardsmen units answers back over the radio and says, Vox, and says, "Sir, we anticipated trouble given all of the things that's happening throughout the city. And then Valkyrie shows up here. We knew you'd need backup, and we just heard some really horrifying bone-crunching screams, like someone died from a, chain axe right through the chest. We're here to help."
I'm curious how they would hear.
In another building?
Yeah, that's what has me confused. It's because the channel that Lycus has open is only with us,
Correct.
Yeah.
not the
And we
guardsmen. So
only-
how did they hear?
And we only contacted essentially
Great.
the Grey Knights
Other
and
Astartes.
the Eldar.
Yeah, and
Because we
there's
knew that the Iron Hands and the guardsmen that we have wouldn't make it here in time.
correct.
Or it'd be very suspicious. So
Who's going next?
Well, yeah. Plus, if Thunderhawks start rolling overhead, it's kind of like, oh
Uh,
shit, there's Space Marines on the way.
I'll go ahead and investigate the circle to expunge later.
Absolutely. Make a psychic mastery test.
Okay.
I think it was going to be.
No, I knew it was going to be that.
Are you a master of psychicry?
I am not, believe it or not. Should have been a psyker.
Still can be.
one-
Yeah, they'll say you might be a latent psyker. You don't know.
You think you're psychic? Maybe
There's
you are.
there are plenty of psychers that have a traumatic event happen, and
Sure.
that's what kicks their psychic
I had to
potential
spin
in
around.
overdrive.
Yep.
Maybe killing Talleyrand aspects was traumatizing to you in some way.
You don't know how to disassemble this safely. And in fact, can I have you make a corruption test that you have +2 against as you observe this horrifying ritual space?
As a conviction.
Yep, +2.
Alright.
You need to
Do you have the rat die in it, correct?
You do have the wrath die in it.
Yes,
need
you
to
do.
1. Good. It was close though.
Is the die only 2
Garbage
pass?
ass roll. Yes, you
Oh, okay.
pass. You needed 1.
Keep on your guard about those men. I do not think that they're one of us.
Acknowledged.
Eshairr,
Also-
Kalrak.
If you haven't heard, I believe Talon Aspects is very dead.
It sounds a
little
too easy.
I'll
Better
just,
hit him
I'm just gonna
again just to make
observe the men. I'm
How do you wanna
just
do
gonna, just look at them. Well, I said I'm not going to call out to them. I'm just going to look at them through the prey scope, see what they're doing. Are they preparing weapons? Are they appear to be any threat to us in any way, shape, or form?
I will give you the option of either insight or Medicae.
Well, I think it's going to be it's great not going either way. I think, but I'll probably do insight, I guess. Actually, same either way. Yeah, I'll do insight. I think what I describe is more of an insight roll anyway. Okay, so that's 4 successes.
They are acting unusually. As you see them spread out, they're moving in packs of 5, and each of the 5 people is standing back to back with the others, and they're all moving with perfect coordination, handing each other ammunition, handing each other binoculars in a way that is superhuman.
Anything like, between the 5 guys, there's actually like 11 arms.
You don't see anything quite like that.
Gene Stealers.
Well, I'm on my edge about cults now, given that we know there's Tyranids coming. Although, with the other stuff that Arthur mentioned, it's probably there may be other reasons. But
I'm gonna go ahead and give you that pilot check, Arthur.
Absolutely, please do. Are you doing anything else about piloting?
No, I'm just maintaining our orbit. So I've got.
You do so.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Antipho. I'll be like, get on the navigator station. Start watching for any vehicle contacts. I don't trust these guardsmen. So I don't know if I'll have to make a check for that.
Swivel out and then move over to the nav station.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the start of the next round, who's going first?
I'd like to communicate something to Antipho.
Okay.
So I'm going to radio Antipho. We're on the open comms anyway. Why don't you try contacting the Imperial Guard base and see what forces, if any, are deployed out here?
Yeah.
Excellent call.
Is there a way we can tune into their frequency?
Sure.
Bring the comms up while I'm running a scan? Am I able to do both of those? Or?
Well, it's like a navigator's station. I mean, I don't know what all you have access to.
I was muted the entire time I was trying to tell. So I will do that. I will call up the guard base while essentially freeing these people.
How do you want to free them?
Are they chained up?
Yeah, they're locked in chains.
God damn it.
I just either use the power armor strength to break off the chains and then toss them in the other room, or use the chain axe to cut them.
Okay. Can you make an athletics check real quick?
Sure.
That's going to be the first action of this round.
Okay. I don't know if the power armor gives me anything.
It gives you strength, doesn't it?
+2 strength.
Yeah, +2 strength. So that gets added to your.
So I'd be rolling a 6 instead of. I didn't consider that option.
Yeah. So you'd be, what is it? 11 + 1, was that right? Or sorry, I don't know what your base strength is.
5 with a 6 on the wrath die.
You snap all the chains rather quickly and free these 3 prisoners who are essentially beaten and nearly unconscious.
Sorry, James. Let me do that.
So
and then I'll call up.
Yeah, what are you saying?
Yes, I would like to ask of who or of any guardsmen that may be in the so-and-so area.
Who is this?
Like a Centauro.
Hero of the Imperium?
Yes.
I didn't know you were going to be on this frequency. You give us your identification code, authenticate and such.
Do I have a special Hero of the Imperium?
Alpha Gamma Pi
code?
273.
Exactly, like that. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Let Sid Alpha show you the way. He says, okay, we'll get that information to you lickety-split.
Thank you. As I just start chucking the
You better write that down. That's your
Into the next room.
identification code from now on. So you'll have to remember that.
So
Alpha Pi 273.
the 5 guardsmen begin making running leaps and jump out onto the sides of the Valkyrie and are holding onto the side of it. Some of them have specialized stakes or climbing equipment that they are. One of them is making their way to the cockpit, and all of them seem to be holding grenades.
Do a barrel roll.
How high is this? I mean, this Valkyrie should be in the air.
It is.
How are they doing this?
I mean, you're hovering at the general height of all of this.
I'm not hovering these buildings are huge, aren't they?
And imagine we would have stated about the rough elevation of.
I wouldn't I'm not hovering I'm not hovering like 5 feet above the ground.
This is not 5 feet. You're already thousands of feet in the air.
Okay, well, that's what I'm asking is how are these guardsmen attempting to get on the Valkyrie then?
They are jumping out to your level airspace.
From a building that's also thousands of feet
Yes.
tall?
They are jumping across open space.
Obviously, they don't have normal legs.
Stupid. But ballsy.
Yeah, well, I want a aileron roll.
Very well. Please make a piloting roll.
Can I aid?
I don't see why not.
Yeah, Sid just yells, do a barrel roll.
Yeah.
It's
So
called an
say-
aileron. It's called an aileron
You'll
roll.
have to make a piloting roll first.
A barrel roll is a different maneuver entirely.
Difficulty 3 piloting check.
I make it with an upshift.
Yeah, that's
So
much.
that should take what? 2 bonus dice?
Okay. So it should be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Wait, 4. 5, 6, 7. So that'd give me 9 because I've got 2 ranks in the thing. So I get 2 extra die, yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
I think.
I
Yes.
believe so.
Correct.
I'm gonna see. What's the difficulty?
3.
3? Yeah, I hit it. I got 2,
You got 4.
4. Yeah, 4.
As you aileron roll, all of these men are eventually knocked off by the wiggle-waggling motion and the movement. Their grenades are going off in suicide charges as they fall, but it's not enough to deal damage to the outside of the Valkyrie. They either fall to their deaths or kill themselves in the process.
As part of this movement, can I move my normal 20 inches or whatever?
I'm going to say no, because 2 of
Okay.
you are working together to take all these guys off. Meanwhile, these guys are going to leap from... Oops. That's fog. That's not what I want to do at all. These guys are going to leap... Oh my god. You got to stop, fog. From their building over to Eshairr's.
Oh shit.
So
Are
they
they
begin...
all going at the same time?
Yes, they're a mob.
So we get to, behind us. What I mean is like the mob leapt onto the Valkyrie.
Correct. And then they
So-
reacted, and they took 2
Oh, we-
turns, which I let pass.
Well, it wasn't 2 turns. I was just aiding.
Aiding requires your action.
Okay.
These guys have now leaped in response to all that action. When you're getting a closer look at them, Eshairr, you're noticing some slightly blue-tinged skin showing in some locations, obvious signs of genetic inbreeding and, let's just say it, gene stealeriness.
Do I still have movement capability?
Nope.
No, you're sitting in the navigator
They're
seat.
inside the...
All I was gonna do was move back to the gunnery seat.
Sure. They spend their whole turn making that leaping sprint. Which leaves Eshairr.
What about the guys on this roof?
Right? Well, Eshairr acts before them.
Oh, okay.
Can you
Sorry,
share
is Lycus
leap
acted
onto
yet?
the Valkyrie?
Has Lycus acted yet?
Lycus acted first.
Yeah, I acted.
Okay.
first.
I'm just going to move away from them towards the side of the side of the tower,
Wise.
and at the same time, draw and fire my combat shotgun. It has got assault, so you can draw and fire and move at the same turn. All right, what's happening to my dice? I lost all my dice.
Well, yeah, I just remember what I said. The thing closed and the void ate your
Oh.
dice.
No, they
Oh,
get
sorry.
stacked back in the center of...
Oh, okay.
Anything that falls
So I need-
drops to the center of the table.
Okay. I'm going to lock this stupid card because it keeps falling through.
So I need 10 dice. So 6. There you go. Release 2. All right. What's their defense?
Defense is 2.
2. Okay. So I'm actually gonna, because it's a pretty shit roll. I'm gonna actually wrath point that that roll.
Go ahead and take that wrath from you.
You do that.
Jeez, that was a shit roll.
It was a shocking roll. Because all right, I'll roll these one separately. That's even worse roll.
Yeah.
There's a combat complication.
Oh, you can.
So you can pull the combat complication.
Weapon
Shotgun blows.
stuck.
It's for a melee weapon. I think, isn't it?
Inconvenient target. Something has gone very wrong with this attack. The strike hits a target that is very inconvenient, such as explosive fuel source or controls that extend a bridge across the chasm. Wow, I like that. So does that mean it hits that and then not any of the bad guys as well?
No, they still get hit. If the attack hits, it still hits.
Very well.
Yep. All right, so I get 2 ED damage. So that's a total of 10 damage. No pen. So what's their... How much does that go through on one of them?
Resilience 8.
8. Okay, so it will kill 2 guys because of the spread quality.
In the process, you might notice that there's some gothic-y castle wall maneuvers going down here. The wall that you have backed yourself up against begins to lower into like a open plain situation, and in the process, loud flashing lights and alarms begin playing everywhere as like a disco ball rises. You apparently have hit the party controls. You see a recorded vox of some guy like out dancing, like, oh yeah, and someone's like,
it's like the Grandmaster's ship from
Yes, it's exactly like that. 100%. You have
What's
activated
that racket going on out
the
there?
party time on top of this noble tower, and in so doing have made yourself a premium target and much easier to push off the edge. These fellows here are going to spend their turn leaping. Just pretend that they're all up.
They all fall to their deaths.
And none of them fall to their deaths.
It turns out someone washed the building first and they just slipped off
At the
into
end
some
of the
spikes
round,
that are probably lying around because it's 40k.
or more correctly, at the start of the next round, got some problems.
Dimsby Gene Stealers. All right, Exterminatus. It's been fun, everybody.
Oh boy.
Dude, the Slanesh cult was all that was keeping the Gene Stealers down.
So each of these is a Gene Stealer something or other. I'll get you the name of it.
Pure strain, hybrid.
Scrolls.
They look like pure strains.
Don't
Sorry,
use
that's
don't use the name of it. That might not be correct. I just took whatever I could. These ones, the ones that have appeared in clusters and mobs, are Gene Stealer. Period. I think no. This is the one that's the Gene Stealer. Over here. Little cool dudes over here. No, I might have done it wrong. Yes. These are the ones, the Gene Stealers, and this is the Gene Stealer hybrid metamorph up on top of the tower, alone. Trying to work his way downtown. He's homebound. And even more
Are you sure on that? Because Gene Stealer is more powerful than Gene Stealer hybrid. Gene Stealer is an adversary at tier 2. Hybrids are elites at tier 2.
Okay, so it's the pack ones are the weaker ones, so it must be the hybrid metamorph. And then the solo one is just a Gene Stealer.
It's the pure strain, yeah.
And it wouldn't fit inside of the hidden area.
Is that the solo one right there?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
From out of the clouds comes something.
Fucking hell.
Not a gargoyle?
Yes, because it looks like a Tyranid gargoyle, but that is not what it is, to be clear. It definitely looks like it's had some sort of genetic experimentation. Antipho, as you are, I believe, the only one that's actually from this particular planet, you recognize it as a northern hive bat from the north side of the planet, but grown to like 100 times their normal size and with some obvious fuckery going on.
I see over the comms they have a hive bat.
Wait, what? What's going on out there?
So,
I feel like I'm missing a party here.
Gene Stealers, nothing to worry about. Totally
What?
fine. We're all fine here. We're all fine. How are you?
okay, Han Solo.
What?
Sid sips from his Chewbacca Chino that he just made in the kitchen at Jabba the Hutt.
I'll let
dips his power bar into it. And
I'll let one of you guys act first because I'm in mostly safe position.
So
Yeah.
if I could suggest, because we are, so I'm definitely under threat on the rooftop, and you guys have got people that might come leaping your way.
I think
if
that
you
you should
guys
act
went-
and then
You want
Well, I
them
was
to
gonna
make
say,
a
if
gun
they
run?
act first and fly over to the tower, then we can use the glory to interrupt it. I can get onto the Valkyrie at least. Or alternatively, I can shoot the guys in front here, but then next we'll either have the Gene Stealers leaping across or something leaping onto the Valkyrie.
I mean, if you could take them out, we could try and do a touch and go and just like, ramp down, swing the back end in, you jump in, and then we piss off.
I mean, assuming Arthur, we'd both need to take an action to get
Correct.
me into the Valkyrie.
They'll have to
yeah.
move, and you'll have to jump inside.
So it's whether you want to do that now, spending a glory point to get that done first, or
What
whether
you do is you have Kalrak shift it so it's facing up and backwards, and then you leap down into it. He goes down with you, and then he slows it so that you're slow falling.
Or I fly towards him, I slow down, engage hover, drop the ramp, he just jumps in and we go.
Just jumping backwards in a swan dive, though.
Yeah,
I mean-
it's more if my character gets pushed off and they go to try and catch in midair.
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of hard to do.
Yes,
I
it
think
will.
I think a touch and go like you would with a helicopter is probably the better option there.
Well.
Okay,
guys
so
are
do you want to
first. What do you want
do you want to fly over first to get to where I am, so then when I can take my action?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
So I'll make a piloting. Let's see, what do I get here?
Yep.
All right, I got, yeah.
Good.
Okay.
got an upshift you can get for glory, right?
Yeah,
Shift
I'll do
glory,
that.
way
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
shift
shift.
point left over,
we'll shift for glory. So I will move the.
and then I'll spend that point of straight away Arthur to act next.
So
Very
we'll
well.
say we'll say I'm hovering like right next to the tower.
Got it.
Is it just a move action to get in? Can
Yes.
I shoot as I go?
Yep.
Okay, I will shoot them as I go then.
Oh no!
I got it. I
hold
locked
it
it.
above and then lock it in place
Well,
temporarily.
yeah, it's kind of what I did. It's. I want to say with the back door. I'm trying to get the back door level with the top of the tower, so Eshairr can just do the movie, just run and jump in, and then we piss off. But the physics are wonky, so.
Okay. I did 10 damage, so I killed 2 more.
Okay.
Then I'm jump into the Valkyrie.
Yeah, you just put it over this.
This is the point in a Call of Duty game where the Valkyrie gets shot down and we go to a regular ground map.
Yeah, I'm just gonna tell you, this guy runs into the back of the Valkyrie to stand right next to you, Eshairr, and then pulls out a chain of frag grenades and pulls the pin out of the top one.
It's a
And
good
he's
thing they're just
standing
frag
right
grenades.
next to you.
Can I run up and just Sparta kick his ass back out?
Absolutely. Please make a roll to do so. I would think maybe athletics. I would also accept intimidation.
I'll frag grenade in the back, Eshairr's gonna die, but the Valkyrie will be fine.
Well, intimidation is one higher.
There's definitely a point when you're getting equipped at the start of the day when you decide to put a single loop of cloth through all your grenade pins. You've made a decision about how your day's going to end.
Yeah.
I like to imagine he makes a decision, like, oh, this
1,
works in a
2,
movie.
3, 4,
Never works.
5, 6, 7, 8.
You only needed 5.
Okay, so I got 2 upshifts.
You have
So-
1 upshift.
I would just
No,
use
I
it to
have
get
2.
glory.
Well, you can only use one of them. Because you need
You
5.
got 8.
Yeah.
You needed 5. You got 8.
Oh, I needed 5.
Right.
Okay. I will upshift. Can I upshift to knock him back far enough so when he pulled the pin on the grenades, he falls back into the cluster of other baddies?
It's not a punt.
Yeah. Well, does it come down to how much time it would take for the grenade to go off?
I will allow it, actually, with the critical on that. If you want to, have a coordinated effort where you pop the plane up, you kick him out, he soars through the air, he lands in the middle of the Gene Stealers.
Kalrak tilts the nose up, so I take a flying leap to get gravity on my side, slam into him, and then catch some cargo netting to keep myself from falling out.
All right.
I like the fact the frag grenade explosions will blend nicely with the fireworks of party mode.
These
They're
fireworks have shrapnel.
They're
As
all
the
dead.
explosion goes
They're
off,
super
the
duper dead.
base drops.
I mean, the metamorphs just end up getting shredded by like 5 frag grenades going off in their midst. It's not great. All right,
Yeah,
Lycus, I think that just leaves you as the only member who hasn't acted yet. You have no idea what's going on.
Yeah,
we told them there's gene stealers.
Yeah, there's some. We got some. It might not be a bad idea to call on your friends.
yeah, I'm going to send in the report. Is like, oh wait, did you guys tell me there's gene stealers?
Yeah, Antipho did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make the call in. It's like, hey, need you in this position now, as I would also like to shoot the heads of the prisoners, and then take out my flamer to burn the room down. Essentially, the torture room.
Absolutely. Can I have you make another corruption roll?
You absolutely can. 5, 6. Yep.
You need a 3 this time. Yep.
I got a 3, barely.
Got a 4, but yes. You begin what some might call a blood ritual sacrifice of burning people inside a ritual chamber. And then also...
No, I threw him out of the ritual chamber.
Oh, okay. Well, you also burn the ritual runes and all the blood grooving, and it seems pretty cleansed at the end of it. You're like, man, sororitas flamers. Give these to more men, really.
Very, very effective against purifying things.
And you're moving out of the room, you say?
I just want to get to like a window to peek outside.
Very well. Here.
So just put me on top of the building, if I can.
Well, yes, it's over here. Your boy Gene Stealer is going to join you on top of the building.
Oh, shit.
Oops, I unlocked the building, not the Gene Stealer. There we go. He leaps over the open air towards you. We're talking multi-limbed, horrifying color. You got that weirdness going on, you know, climbing up the side of the building horror movie style with a long ass tongue that's towards you. Let me check on my boy over here.
Oh, lovely.
This thing makes a move towards Lycus at the rear. Starts flying towards you.
So you guys are coming over here, right?
James, what's the radius on a large blast?
Large blast is 5.
5.
So 5 models hit.
Okay.
Gene Stealers make their leap over to this building. Guys are gonna open fire on Lycus. God damn it.
I would just say just put them beside him every time. Don't even bother trying to put them over there.
Here I was trying to do some cool
When
shit.
they're going to
with
open fire on me.
rooftop battle. Yeah, we're gonna shoot at you.
Okay.
What's the distance between you guys? Like 28 inches or something? I didn't get a chance to measure.
If you're going from the top of the building, it's about like, yeah, about 27, 28.
Yeah.
My little guardsmen friends. Yeah. Power claw.
How did I not fix the bolt pistol? Did I not save that?
Gun. Distance is 48 meters, so you are within rapid fire range. I am looking at a shooty shoot of 6 plus 2 extra, and 2 extra is up to 8. Rapid fire halfway range is 9. 9 dice. 9 dice. Might be Sid's dice, but I'm gonna take. Play me with dice. Name of the Teen Emperor, like the real Emperor, but cool.
The 4-armed emperor? Isn't that what it is?
I mean, he's like 7 or 8 arms. We don't really count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits. What's your defense right now?
3.
Okay, so I'm gonna do both upshifts for dice. I'm looking at 3 dice and 8 damage as they begin firing over and over again with las rifles.
That does not hurt me nowadays.
So, Lycus, you suddenly
Nice.
find yourself under way more fire than you would ever like to be. Imperial Guardsmen have opened fire on you. Horrifying Gene Stealer mutant object has been coming towards you. A horrifying genetic experiment is also flying towards you. Beginning of a new round.
Is Gene Stealer at base-to-base contact with me, technically speaking?
No. He is that distance away from you, climbing the side.
Sid, what's your piloting skill? I guess I can just
5.
look. 5.
I feel like I don't want to be here very long.
I feel like I want to
Uh,
engage that flying thing with a Hellstrike missile.
So before that happens, let me just ask. It's not the first round. How much do I have to spend to jump
Interrupt with what?
monstrous?
So is it an adversary or an elite?
It is a whatever the middle tier one is.
Elite. So 2 points.
I will do so. I want my boy to get up in here like that. Not get up in here like that.
Oh, goodness. I'm okay with this.
If he's got a 3.5-inch range on his attacks, though. Find out. Nope, doesn't seem like it. Oh, my bad. It actually has speed 20 up here.
Yeah, you can charge too.
I'm not gonna charge. I just, yeah, I'm more than fast enough to get up here. Expend movement and a full action. Let's make a strength test. They're performing an action called swoop and drop, which is pick Lycus up and then drop him into the infinite unknown.
While I'm inside the building?
You said you went up to a window. It is
Oh, okay,
flying
that's
up
fair.
to the window and pulling you
fair.
out horror movie
Okay,
style and then
so
dropping
I
you into
need-
the open unknown.
So what I need to do?
Opposed strength tests.
Okay.
Has a 9. And when
I
I
have a
consider
7.
investing heavily in glory for this.
For the glory.
1, 2. Is it worth it to spend the wrath? I'm heavily thinking about it.
Probably.
Let me make my roll first before you make
Yeah,
that.
go ahead and
Yikes.
you got
3.
3.
3.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend a ruin to re-roll.
So then, yeah, you might want to reroll.
Wow. Straight up garbage. Alright, now I'm up to 5.
So I need 5.
What do you got? 2?
Sure, I'll spend my last wrath. That sounds like a good idea. Or no. Them's the breaks.
Guess. You're... Lycus is now here. Falling into the acidic, horrifying, pestilent, choking smog that is totally normal and natural to this world.
Try to use your chainsword to catch yourself on the building.
You all are up.
Yeah, we should try and engage that thing, Sid. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So so I'm flying, Sid's gunning. So
There's 2 gunner positions. So I assume that one does the Hellstrike missiles, one does the multi-laser.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I've got to roll to fly anyway.
So if you want to fly and shoot, you have to take 2 actions, which means one of them's going to suffer a penalty.
Well, I mean, I'm flying, but I'm saying Sid's in a gunner seat, so I could fly. Sid could shoot.
Okay.
So let's see. What's the range? Yeah, that thing's in range of both the weapons. So it comes down to I sent you check Steam, Sid. I sent you the stats. So do we want to hit it with a missile, or do we just want to hit it with a multi-laser?
I think we should.
We're not in close range right now, so we don't get the +1 to hit. Is it worthwhile doing our move first to move closer?
No.
Say it's probably worthwhile to do the move closer thing.
I mean, if we move closer, then won't we be in range of those guardsmen trying to leap onto us again?
Well, the guards have already acted this turn.
Nope.
No, they acted
No,
last
they
time they
acted.
shot him.
Oh, that was last time when they shot.
Yep.
Okay.
Just don't.
Oh, that's right. It was interrupt, wasn't it? So yeah.
Correct.
What's close range? Is it half the speed or half the distance?
Half.
Well, it's okay. So a hell strike's 100-meter range.
So 50
Multi-laser 70, so it'd be 35. So,
So
I mean, we just
I'd
have to.
say at least move 20 inches or 25.
Yeah. Well, I can move up to 45.
If you want to risk the jumping on, sure.
Well, we're limiting its movement to 20 inches, given that you're not moving at combat speed up here.
Well, it just says cruising speed, but okay.
I mean, is that from?
I'm looking at the Wrath and Glory sheet
I
for the
didn't know that
Valkyrie.
There was a Wrath.
Yeah,
Glory sheet
it's
for
in the
Valkyrie.
vehicle.
Yeah,
Well,
page 321.
I had no idea.
sorry,
I was just winging it here.
So 322.
322. Well, didn't even know that existed. Was
I mean,
going without it. Sure.
I'm fine 20. I mean 20.
No,
I mean,
take
just-
it at full speed then.
So we want to move.
45 is its move then.
Yeah. I'm gonna unlock it. Well, I guess I gotta roll first. So we'll try and get within half, and then launch a Hellfire at it.
Yeah, that's 3.
I mean, start descending in the process so that we can try and get Lycus
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. All right. So let me. Oh,
Now comes the part where we go up under him and then slow down to.
so
My favorite part.
let's see. Somebody measure for me. What's the thing to get us within half?
You need to be 35 feet, 35 inches.
Well, the missile's 50, or it's 100, so it'd be 50.
I'll buy it. You're good.
All right. So
Right,
we'll do-
70, so you want to be 35.
Yeah, you want to be 35 to get the.
The missile's 100, so it'd be 50.
Yeah, but for the multi-lasers, it's 35 as well.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, then we'll move. We'll be within
That's
35.
plenty enough.
Yep.
So now Sid has to.
well, they get to act now.
Okay. Well,
Do we have any glory left?
We've got 1, or maybe 2.
No, we have one because we spent one for you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure
Sid
if Arthur
got
took it out or
one.
not.
Oh no, we don't have any because we only had
No,
one for you.
I got
No.
one, and then he immediately spent it, and Kalrak got one for.
Yeah, we had one
shit ton
originally.
of piloting.
You have 3 glory here.
Oh, okay.
That is correct.
Because I know I had one because I got it.
Sid
Yeah,
boosted
no.
a shit ton
The
of glory up in there.
one that Eshairr got was from one that I had immediately gained.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't spend that then because we. Oh no, I did. That's right. When we
Yeah,
were,
you did,
so
yeah.
so, but did you take one out, Arthur, at that time?
I believe so.
No, because I had immediately, and then you said,
No worries.
"I'll immediately
Okay.
use that." So
Okay. As long as we're on the same page.
So, it is my turn, but are you spending any glory to interrupt?
we have 3. How much would it take to interrupt?
1.
1.
I think we should.
Let's do it.
Just remember, you can only do it once.
Once per situation.
So the
Once
question
per-
then is,
you
do we
can't chain
shoot?
interrupt me, basically?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Anything-
we would have
anything
to
else?
wait for him to take a turn and then we can do it again if you want it.
Because he's already acted with the not gargoyle.
no, the
So
bat.
the question is, if we're shooting anything other than the gargoyle, that we should shoot at that first, so that before those things get to act.
I think we should try and blast that bat out of the sky.
I think I agree.
And that was
So
the
we
whole
don't
point
need-
of me. Of
Then we don't need to
LADG.
interrupt. We can save our glory then.
Let's save
Okay.
glory.
The Gene Stealers are leaping onto the front end of the Valkyrie and using their many arms to pull themselves up near the cockpit. They're getting up all in that cockpit glass, starting to drool all over it. You know, if they're still there next turn, they're gonna be all
Seeing
on you
windshield
like that.
wipers.
It does have standard issue Imperial Guard windshield wipers. As soon as you engage them, one of its feet just starts ripping them off.
Oh, that's just
Yeah.
rude.
Oh, they're gonna have a fun time trying to get in. It is sealed.
That's my turn. We
Okay.
have 2 people left to act, correct? Antipho and Eshairr.
So do we want to do the multi-laser first or the missile launcher first?
I do the missile first because the missile's gonna hit. It's gonna hurt it a lot more.
Okay, so it's times 2, 16.
Who's using what?
I believe
Is Antipho on
we
the missile
said
launcher
Eshairr was
and-
on the multi-lasers and I was on the missiles. So
It does
that
have
would-
2 gunner stations, so
Yeah.
it works.
So what skill would that be?
Ballistic skill.
Ballistic skill. Okay. And there's 2 missiles, right?
Yeah, I don't know whether the stats that are there are already featuring the fact it's times 2 or what.
Because it's 16 plus 2 AD, 2 ED, and then AP minus 2.
I would say based on what's there, I would just do that attack profile once, because attacking
Yes,
that profile twice would be
agree.
ridiculous.
Well, I think it means times 2 because it has 2 of those missiles. It's
Yeah.
just like with the normal missile launcher. It has 2. Once you fire both, you're out of
Oh,
missiles.
then they're
That's why
done.
it's-
Gotcha. 1, 2,
That's
3,
the way
4, 6, 7,
I read it.
8. Okay.
Because I know on the
And-
physical Valkyrie model, there's 2 missiles on it.
You want
Now,
to
do I-
salvo it, Sid?
You can't salvo a host strike missile.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I was
Yeah,
looking
salvo
at
is on the
I was looking
laser.
at Storm Strike missile launcher.
Do we
from,
get any bonus dice for the range?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you get 1.
No.
Yeah,
What
get
is
some
its
good-
defense armor?
6.
Get some good time.
1, 2,
Yep.
3, 4, 5, 6.
I'll hit.
Nothing to shift.
Nothing to shift.
I don't think you
But it
need
does
it.
have a 2 ED.
Don't forget it's brutal as well.
It is
Correct.
brutal. So that's 4. So
Plus
that's
4, yeah,
20.
So 20. Pen 2.
There's no armor to penetrate, so 20 means it will take 9 wounds, which is enough to drop it down to heavily damaged.
Yeah.
So here's what happens for you, Lycus. You get dropped out into the open air, and you're like, no, 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 no! And this thing is like swooping down after you, and then you hear a ripping noise. You're like, what's going on? It's literally the intro to a video game sequence, right? Then 2 missiles hit this thing in its wings, and it rolls over in the air above you. Flaming chunks of it fall around you, and you're like, no, 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 no!
I bet you're wondering how. I bet you're wondering how I
And
got
then
here.
you just hear Antipho over the comms just going.
The guardsmen are going to fire on your boy Lycus Santoro, hero of the Imperium, but not of the Gene Stealer.
I think they should get a penalty because he's in free fall.
It is a moving target.
He's a rapidly moving target.
I will. You know what? I will buy that bullshit. I'll give him 1 defense, just for your gumption to ask that.
See if it even matters.
What is that? 15 feet
So
per
they
second? Per second?
start at ballistic skill 6, 7, 8, 9 for half range, and 10 for rapid fire. What's your defense?
With your bonus 4.
Okay, they definitely 100%.
Okay, you don't have any
no
upshifts.
upshifts. So they're hitting for 7 plus 1. 8.
This is not enough.
So you're falling. They're spraying you with laser fire. It's hitting, but your new, what's it called? Ignis power armor or something like that?
Ignatus.
Ignatus
Ignatus
is
power
just
armor.
ablating the gun blasts all over the place. Is that everybody? Oh no, you guys
No, I
still
gotta
have-
act.
They'll
I might
basically
actually
be
lean
falling
out
in.
the. Can I lean out the door gun and empty my shotgun into the Gene Stealers on the outside of the hull?
Please do. Absolutely.
I'd love to. All right.
Just opens a hatch.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what you have to do. I mean, because with the hatches are closed, there's no. It's not like a Blackhawk where like the doors can be open all the time.
The enemy's gate is down.
That was a good roll.
What's the defense of the hybrids?
Defense is 4.
4. So I need 1, 2. So 1 6. So I can shift 3 6s.
Okay.
So how many in that mob?
5.
5.
Or is that the one
Okay,
that has
so
3?
That's the one that's
The one
3.
that are on
Yes,
us
there's
has
3.
3.
Okay, so what I can do is I can shift 1 to glory.
Okay.
And then I can do I shift the other 2 to killing extra mobs if the initial damage is killing damage. Well,
Very well.
we'll work that first. So
Wonderful,
that's
right?
so that will be 11 damage.
So resilience is 8. Wounds. Oh, sorry. When
Yep.
they're a mob, they only have 1 wound, right?
Yep. Yep.
Then yes, you blast all of them off.
And then cool.
They fall into the toxic open air, scrambling as your shotgun. The force of it literally blasts them off. Even with their 6 arms and leg appendages, they can't get a grip during combat operations.
It's like an AA-15. It's a full automatic combat shotgun. So.
Use that dun 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 dun, just blast them all off.
I just imagine
that
it's like
sound
the
from
one
the
off of,
Expendables with the.
Well, yeah, that's what he has.
sabers.
Yeah, he just sits there, just unloads.
Big Daddy Gene Stiller jumps back to his other building, climbing along the side of it. That is the end of this combat operation round, correct? Everyone has acted?
That's correct. Yes.
Yep.
Very well. Lycus Santoro.
Mm-hmm.
Roll for brown pants.
When you start your turn, I need you. I'm not saying it has to be now, but when you make your turn, you're going to need to make 2 roll against the poison of the atmosphere.
Okay.
Isn't his suit?
Um,
is your suit sealed?
I don't know.
Does it have the sealed quality? Because if it does, you're immune to it.
I do not remember.
Let's see if we can find it.
That would be a
What
good
is it?
thing to know.
Ignatus.
Right now.
It
If
doesn't say.
someone else wants to go, I will look that up.
It doesn't say that it has sealed.
I didn't think it does.
No, I don't think it is.
I thought
One of
it'd
those
be
people.
worth a
It's
check.
like, I'm gonna wear power armor. I'm not gonna wear a helmet.
Yeah, that's
It's
how
kinda
Inquisitors normally work.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds reasonable to me. You know, you just need a
But
big
hey,
hat.
If you survive
Which
this,
is love hats.
the next acquisition you get should be a jump pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a freaking gas mask.
Yeah, is Boba Fetting it up right now.
I know a Kriegman who can hook you up with a gas mask.
Yeah. All right.
This is the way.
Do you want to? Do you one of you guys want to go, or do you want me to just go ahead and go?
I mean, just go and go. I mean, I assume that I'm gonna
As-
pilot and they're gonna shoot. So
It'll be glorious.
So this thing is still alive.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just
Yeah,
really
definitely.
screwed up.
Can I shoot at it with my flamer while I'm falling?
I would suggest that we probably act first with we'll have a better chance at killing it with the Stormstrike missile.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hellstrike missile,
Can I-
sorry. I would suggest that
Yeah.
we go first with that shot.
yeah, we still got 1 missile.
Okay. Go ahead and go first.
Yeah, that would be Antipho's
I
own missile,
will
believe.
fire.
Six
what
is
do
your
I need?
number.
Oh,
1, 2, 3. That's not. I'm gonna spend wrath to reroll my fails.
I'll take your wrath from you, sir.
Five's out of the way.
Get that combat complication. Nope.
No.
So
I
I spend a
fail.
glory for an extra dice.
You want to do that?
Yeah,
I'll go ahead
we
and
need
take the
this. We
glory
need
out.
this to hit.
Nope.
Yeah.
The Hellstrike missile hits Talron de Aspex's wonderful villa, and in the process,
blows it
huge
up.
chunks of it get blown off and are now falling near Lycus, being covered with flaming flesh and shrapnel in every
There's
direction.
now a 30-foot hole in his fucking building.
I
Please.
think we should interrupt
Yeah.
Oh, really?
and
Very well.
Fire already. Yeah.
have Eshairr fire the
Yes.
Multi laser at it.
Is it
multi-laser.
more
in it.
beneficial for me to shoot my flamer at it? I
Uh,
don't know what the
I mean, you are
multi-laser-
falling at essentially 122 miles an hour.
Yes, it reached terminal velocity yet. It's the beginning of the round. He's just starting to fall at 32 feet.
no,
per
I think
second.
we should interrupt and Eshairr should light it up.
Okay, no
Squared.
worries.
Second squared.
I don't know how much the multi-laser does.
14 plus
Uh,
2 ED.
Yeah, 14
Okay,
plus
that's much
2.
better than mine. Go
per
ahead and
second.
do that.
Per second. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I am going to salvo it as well.
Yeah, boy.
We're using what, the laser?
Yeah, it's got a salvo rating.
Very well.
Salvo 6.
Pew 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 pew.
3 more dice.
It's like a Gatling gun, but with lasers. Multi-lasers are great.
All right, and because I'll take the aim action as well because I'm not doing anything else. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can shift 1 for extra damage.
You missed your. You missed.
Sorry?
You have a extra, all the way on the far right hand side. You didn't count that other. Right over here.
Yeah, I got it.
Sure. You
So,
said 6, and that's more than 6.
I see. Yeah, but what I can't look at the 6, and I pulled that was extra. That's what I meant.
Okay. All right.
Yep. So it's 14 plus 2 ED plus the extra 1.
Sure.
Yep.
So that makes it 18. No pin.
Okay. You pew 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 pew, and this thing gets immolated into a giant fireball.
I should declare that's my adversary for that round.
Give it a name. Jesus Christ.
We name it Giant Fuck Off Bat. Alright,
It just rises from the ashes afterwards. It is like, I'll be back for you, Eldar.
I don't
Thank
know
you
how
for
we're gonna-
giving me intelligence.
He shall forever henceforth be named Mr. Squiggles.
Mr. Squirrels.
All right.
I could try and get close enough to Lycus so he could grab on to like a wing or something.
Guy
I mean,
is
that's gonna be our
gonna-
best bet.
Shuffle over to here, to this side of his building. And it's up to you guys now.
See, we should just get Lycus to stand on top. That way we have a flame turret.
Use
How
him as
far up
a
in the air am I?
close-in weapon system. Just
I mean, when you
Fire.
act, you'll drop 20 meters. When your
How
turn
far
starts.
up in the air?
I
am I?
mean,
Yeah, but he's
it's a
asking how
hive.
high
We
up.
could be kilometers in the air.
Yeah, kilometers.
all right. So the
Very
okay,
high.
so we,
It's going to
we
take you
could,
a long time to fall.
So we could feasibly get close enough to him that he could grab it. We've got enough time.
But who's acting now? That's the real question.
I mean, I guess
Okay.
They should act,
I will. I'm gonna make a piloting check to close distance with Lycus
Okay.
with the aircraft.
because I don't think I can hit anybody with the flamers since I'm
So,
hundreds of meters in the
uh,
air.
Yes.
What's the DN gonna be for this?
All right. So you want to fly in such a way that you'll be able to pick Lycus up before he falls.
Or he can grab onto the wing or something. I
Sure.
mean, he's in power armor. He
I
should be
will
strong
set the
enough to hold on.
difficulty of this at 5.
5. Okay.
Spread yourself out, Lycus. Give yourself some more wind resistance.
See.
Yeah,
That's
you
1,
did
2,
it.
3, 4, 5, 6.
All right. Nice. Okay.
All right. At this point, these guys are still going to shoot Lycus.
Excellent.
Toro. They were the Imperium.
Didn't they already shoot at me? No, this is a new
No,
round.
it's a new round.
So,
They
So
got it.
That'll hit.
close to you.
Upshift 1. What's your defense?
Is it still 4 since I'm
Is it
in the
4?
air?
Yes.
So,
So,
you
yeah.
can only upshift once.
That's 9 damage.
Not enough.
Not even enough to give you some shock.
No.
What's your defense now?
Where
Or
do
your
I get
resilience?
some armor like this?
Resilience? It's 11 now.
Oh, okay. Mr. Meow.
I decided that it might be since I keep getting my ass kicked to up my toughness as well.
Okay,
a good
I
call.
need you to make a toughness roll right now to not choke to death in the toxic fumes all around you.
Sweet.
Difficulty is 3.
Why would you get power armor without a
toughness is
helmet?
5.
That's a great question, Sid.
Because
gotta look-
40k.
No,
Fucking
listen, man.
Inquisitors.
Don't you know non-helmet looks better on the character screen, right?
Well,
Oh
That's
boy, look
the
at
one
that.
on the rat die. What was my
complication.
difficulty?
It was 3.
Okay.
Thank
So I don't.
Especially as a basic bitch human. Like Marines, I kind of get, but he's just a normal dude. Like, come on, helmet, man.
Like
I gotta keep the looks, all right?
for the next 24 hours, your throat is scratched up by this that you sucked in, and you have to sound like this the whole time. You have to speak like Batman.
My God.
Anytime you say something in character, you got to Batman it.
I approve of
Is that what
this.
my wrath is?
Yep,
Okay.
that's canon.
My okay. I
Uh,
accept this.
You want to
See, I think we should make it permanent throat damage.
go into the inside of this thing, Lycus?
I suppose so.
Alright.
I suppose
Your
so.
pilot took the extra precaution to allow you to do so, so you swing inside.
You've got to watch the College Humor How Batman Got His Voice video as well. It's hilarious.
I need to watch. I haven't seen that actually. Thank you for the ride.
No. So if you're in the Valkyrie now, it's sealed. so we don't have to make the poison checks or whatever.
Right.
So we're out of hill strikes now, right?
Correct. We've only got the
That's it.
multi-laser.
And also, and the multi-laser, I expended its ammo, so it's going to take an action to reload it.
Yeah, which
Can
should be
I
done.
reload it for you?
Well, it's the end of the round, right? Everyone has already acted.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the round, what do you all want to do?
I think we need. I'm gonna put your thing with us, Lycus.
Can I shoot outside my flamer at something?
If
There's-
you want to open up the cockpit and
Well, here's
expose
the-
everyone
here's
to
the-
the toxic
here's the-
gases outside, sure.
Here's the thing: we would have to make a flyby where you could get close enough to hit these guys with a flamethrower. Why
16
wouldn't we
meters.
just? Why wouldn't we
He's
just
an
use?
Inquisitorial acolyte. He's acting 100% in character.
Why
Get me
wouldn't we just
closer!
use-
I want
He's
to
an
hit him
idiot.
with my flamer.
The giant Gatling gun.
Just knock him out and just like be Baracus him. This is a stupid idea. We've got
I don't
Gatling lasers and he wants to use his flamethrower.
we should probably descend.
We should
I mean,
probably get the
It
fuck
is a
out of
rather metal thing to do. I'll give
I
you
mean,
that.
I agree. It is metal. It's also stupid.
You should probably just quit this field.
What's
I mean, if you just want to fly away.
And
so,
let
you know,
Gene
it was
Stealers
well,
get away.
like event, you know, event, I mean, this is a bigger problem than just us. I mean, who knows how many more of these things there are.
Doesn't matter. May as well kill.
I'm
them
not saying we
all.
run away. I'm saying we need to get out of this immediate
I'll tell you what,
storm and get reinforcements.
we're right at break time. Why don't we go ahead and do that break thing, and you can make some decisions in the 8 minutes between here and there and everywhere. Booty, booty, booty.
I did technically
Okay.
call in the reinforcements for I
Yeah,
guess.
it's weird that they haven't
Yeah.
arrived yet, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
We'll be back for the second half.
Almost like
shortly.
only 10 seconds have passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.